what is this game called? League of Legends Summer Action. I'm Ken. I'm joined by Administrator and Art Pulse, the casters for the match tonight. Guys, how are you doing?
I
Uh,
almost
Wow.
missed it.
are we
I
here?
was I was like, it's sweet. Yep.
Yeah, you
uh,
almost missed it, but you are here. You are here.
yeah. I was just waiting for Alan to respond to make sure that he's alive first. So it's good to see everybody, or well, it's, good to be here, and I'm ready to spectate this pretty insane match. Let's go.
Let's do it. Let's let these teams know that they can start. Thunder Chicken. Man, Thunder Chicken has some fans in here. They did really well last week. And this is going to be our first time we get to see AST. And I believe that they are like a team of players with alumni from Santa Barbara, but I'm not sure. I might have just been making that up, but I don't think so.
Right, we're already going into the drafting phase. We're gonna go and see if they're gonna actually pick out um, uh, or do if they did some research on the enemy teams. But I see a Vayne ban. I'm not actually quite sure who actually plays Vayne on Thunder Chicken, but maybe they just really don't like a Vayne pick.
Vayne's an interesting first ban. You don't really see that often.
So we're
Also
banning
kind of
Fizz there.
strange. Yeah, it's kind of strange. I'm not quite sure. Maybe they're about that, but very interesting bans at this point. Even with the Lee Sin ban, I do see that in some pro play every now and then, but not necessarily recently in the league matches. So
I think Lee
very
Sin's a good
interesting
ban.
ban from.
I think AST might have done their homework. Done has a pretty good Lee Sin. He's one of the best Lee Sins on Guam. Next to
Oh,
Quan and Ponkin, so you and me,
wow.
typical support ban, very strong in solo queue right now.
Right. Also, ASC going off with the Maokai ban, also a very strong laner and team fighter. That guy just does not die. So, good to see that guy being banned out. Otherwise, he might just stomp Thunder Chicken if they actually get their hands on him. So,
Yeah, very low resource champion. So it doesn't matter if he loses top, he'll still be relevant.
The next level play. The next level
Same
play.
with Nautilus. Usually used as a support. Very low resource, very strong in the early game to late game. So just tank bans. Ooh, good pickup there, Leona. Support picking first. I think that might warrant a Morgana pick or a Trundle pick to counter that. Because Leona gets a lot of stats for free when she uses Eclipse or W.
very true. Like Trundle does get a lot of the stats if he just uses his ulti on Leona once she gets that W off. So, kind of wondering how Thunder Chicken will respond to the Leona pick, but they actually just locked in the Ornn, very good team fighter in the top lane. So, and we have like Leche Young. Shoutouts to Leche Young. Picking next. Let's see what who's he gonna pick for? If he's gonna pick for himself or he's gonna pick for maybe E Puppy actually. The Kaisa pick.
It's interesting that Thunder Chicken would go ahead and pick Ornn for the top lane right now. Unless it's Ornn support. Because if you pick Ornn in the top lane now, it's very easy to just pick Gangplank or something that'll completely decimate him in the laning phase. ADC Yasuo perhaps from AST.
There's a combination of the Leona pick as well. I feel it could be ADC Yasuo. Get that good lockdown and then get that second cast of Q off to
Third cast.
get an ulti or third cast. Sorry, you're right. Third cast of a Q off.
So we just do the Morgana pickup to counter Leona. Very obvious play there by Thunder Chicken to cancel out Leona's CC against Kaisa. Gotta keep your hyper carry covered up. But picking your top laner first is pretty ballsy.
Hey, never pick a fight you can't win.
I'm liking the
Graves-
set ban though. The set ban from Thunder Chicken, just because set can be used as well. Not necessarily they're banning him probably as a support, but probably as a top laner or jungler, or more likely the top laner at this point. So good ban for set. And then we going off with the LB ban from AST. Not sure who plays LeBlanc on Thunder Chicken, but very interesting ban from in my opinion.
Yeah, I think they should be looking out for the Corki. Very strong solo queue mid laner right now, and we've seen Sobi on it last week, so if they were paying attention to the games last week, I think it'd be an easy prediction that they throw up the ban. Nope, Fiddlesticks. Oh wow. Very interesting ban phase there by AST. One for one for mid, two for jungle, one for top, and one ADC.
Right, and it
Todd,
looks like it. Go ahead.
they they banned Vayne, then they picked Leona and Varus. Like Leona and Varus would destroy Vayne.
Yeah.
So I don't see the point of that, but maybe they just don't like playing against Vayne.
Right.
Alawi top. Very strong against Ornn. Max health damage.
Oh, and there it is. There's the Corki hover for Sobi. He actually dominated last week's game. So I'm not sure if he's gonna actually pick it again. It may be in his favor though. So
Is this a lineup
let's
that you wouldn't want to pick Corky, or I guess you went with Zed?
It'd be okay to pick Corki, but I think if he's playing against the Yasuo, you get countered pretty hard because you're all missile based, and Yasuo's wind wall cancels out all missiles.
right. But it just seems to me like there doesn't seem like there's gonna be any switching around. It doesn't. Nobody's swapping their picks around. I think they're actually going into those elf. So
Interesting. They're very AD heavy on AST side. The
yeah,
only kind of magic-ish damage they have is Varus's or percent health damage of his blight, and Ilawi's soul damage. So not a lot of mixed damage. Ornn's gonna have a field day. All he has to do is build Bramble Vest into Sunfire Cape, Brandon's Omen. Should be very easy for Ornn. Cancel out Yasuo's crit. Do a lot of reflective damage with the Bramble Vest. Cancel the healing. Ilawi could probably build a Black Cleaver early and shred their armor, but we'll have to see how they play it. Ilawi into
yeah,
this lineup though is going to be very hard to play. They have almost no champions that'll stay locked into place for her to ulti.
right. And I kind of find it interesting just because I know that there's like several builds that Varus can run. I know there's like the lethality poke build, or you can do on hit Varus. So what do you think they would actually opt for this match to have actually a chance against Thunder Chicken?
For the bot lane, I predict Varus going the standard meta poke lethality Varus because Umbral Glaive is OP and anyone who could build it early is pretty strong right now. Into Kaisa and Morgana, especially very soft targets with low ranges, Varus could take advantage of that easily with his blighted arrows. Should be pretty Varus Leona sided lane, but Morgana has if E-Puppy has good Black Shield timings, then maybe they could turn it around. They have very strong early game for sure. Leona, Varus, Graves. A lot of pressure for the bot lane. Whereas when you're playing Nocturne, you have to kind of clear out jungle till 6. We're gonna have to see how Dunna plays the jungle here. Whether he's going the lethality build or the bruiser build for Nocturne.
Right, and also depending on how Dunna plays, if he's actually going to go back to his old style of just living in the enemy jungle, he may just snowball the lane. But I'm not going to give him that. I'm gonna give AST that benefit of the doubt that they're actually going to be responding to his invades.
I think it would be extremely difficult to counter jungle Graves or even contest Graves as Nocturne. Because Graves usually runs phase rush. And since Nocturne is melee, it'll be very hard for Nocturne to be able to tether on and fear Graves. Put any damage on him at all. That's a very interesting image you have there, Ken.
Yeah, graphic artist for Thunder Chicken's hard at work, I guess.
Yeah, gotta love those. I love the sponsors. Thank you, T1, for sponsoring Thunder Chicken. Be sure to drop that phone number in the chat to make sure everybody knows how to order some Thunder Chicken.
Definitely. And thank you to our other sponsors, Coffee Slut, Netopia, two of the local organizations helping gaming on Guam, always offering support, as well as Guam Windward Memorial. Thank you for all that you do. And we're about to jump into this game pretty shortly. If this game capture works, right? Oh, shit.
Right. I'm already kind of looking at the runes and Varus with the lethal tempo. As far as I know, I don't necessarily see lethality of Varus running lethal tempo. It's always normally they do for poke, so they always opt for is
Arcane Comet.
Arcane Comet. Right, there we go. Arcane Comet. So it's kind of a very interesting choice, unless he's actually going to go on hit build.
I think they realized they lacked hybrid damage, and they might be going the Shredder build. We might see
Right,
a
with,
not a Black Cleaver, what's it called? Blade of the Ruined King on Varus.
and then a Gwynsu.
Yeah, high attack speed. Maybe not Ginsu's, but just high attack speed coming out of Varus with mixed damage with Wit's End, maybe. And other on-hit items. We do see Graves with Phase Rush, so he will be easily able to kite the melees. Yasuo mid with Exhaust. Interesting.
I think the Yasuo is trying to respect Sobi the mid laner with his possible skill, just because he took Exhaust, in my opinion. However, it really just depends. Exhaust does help decrease the damage by 30% dealt by whoever is exhausted. So, and also it slows. So maybe that's what he was probably going for. All right, are we gonna get loaded? Oh, finally. Okay. So you're now entering Summoner's Rift. Good luck and have fun to all the teams. May the best team win, and let's go see where if they're gonna do the 5-man. What do you call it? 5-man standout or something like that.
5-point defense.
There we go.
Yeah, I would definitely see Thunder Chicken doing a 5-point defense this game due to the Leona start. They have a strong invade level 1. Sobi and X Dynami meeting up in the mid lane.
And we're getting some vision off from both junglers trying to protect his red. So
Yeah, both will be backing for a sweeper early. Pretty standard
Yeah.
play there. Interesting.
Oh. I already have Morg like warding AST's red, so that's actually quite interesting. Well, Dunna's gonna be starting off in the red, with his red, so I'm not sure if he's gonna do a vertical jungling. It could be an possible option if he actually chose to do that path.
I think he's looking to gank bot first. Usually when you start on the red side and you clear downwards, you're either ganking for bot lane or you're looking for vertical. But against Graves, he clears pretty quickly. I'm not sure if he's looking to vertical against Graves. Graves is going for Raptors second, which is interesting. Alright. First snare out. Gonna be landing on.
Waiting to see some action here. Everybody's just kind of being pretty standard, just doing their farming, doing some minor trades. Not much going on.
There's actually quite a bit
Passive at this
going on
point.
in mid. Sovi's already been dropped to like 50% HP. Well, they're both at 50% HP with the short trading.
Yeah.
Forced to use their potions. Morgana did pick up her Black Shield level 2. And Orin is being shoved under his tower by Alawi.
All I can really say is that Nocturne at Dunna, he's actually been clearing his jungle, doing a whole full clear, trying to rush to get that 6. That level 6 so that he can just ult any lane.
And
Oh, and there
in mid
is
lane, there's gonna be a gank. Sobi getting exhausted here by Yasuo as he tries to take the all in, but he seemed to be very aware of the fact that Graves is on the top side of the map and will be avoiding that gank, throwing up a ward in his River Brush. Yes, Dunna does seem to be doing a full clear. Nocturne can do a full clear relatively easily with his attack speed, but he's gonna be pretty low health, so it's kind of hard to gank after that. Oh, Graves with a repeat.
oh,
gank.
and then a return gang from Graves just because he knows that Zed has no flash. Gets out with the shadow.
Yeah, good blind there by 1W2S. And these names are not very catchy. Another good
Oh,
route there by Drea. Gonna be landing on the Leona. It's kind of not worth spending your mana early
oh, but
on
then we
this.
have the fight in mid. There's a flash and an ignite going off.
Ooh,
Is Yasuo's probably gonna live it. Wow. My God. So many things happening all at one time.
yeah, Yasuo's passive. The Way of the Wander is really good for blocking ignite damage, and as you see there, it prevented him from dying from the all-in.
Right,
If
and also
Zed
the fact that he
decides
just
to
got
operate,
buffed.
yeah. No, that's is it this patch that they buffed that the shield?
Yeah, yeah, they buffed his shield, I believe.
Yeah, they buffed his shield, but they nerfed his. I thought that was next patch, but yeah, they nerfed wind wall.
Oh, it looks like in the top lane we're gonna get a first blood. Oh my God.
Yeah, a little too overzealous there by Alawi, walking all the way up under tower. Ornn did miss his headbutt onto the tower to knock up Alawi, but Dunna was able to make up for it there with a good flank. Since we're
Literally
not in
just walked
combat,
into lane.
can we pop up the items to see what first items they got? I think it's O. Right? Ooh.
Oh,
Graves gonna be caught out here in the enemy jungle. Will be eliminated and collapsed on. Another all-in by Sobi. Make sure you hit the spacebar, Ken, so that directed cam stays on. Yeah, try to keep directed camera on because the action's happening all over the map, so we don't want the viewers to miss anything. There was an ultimate cast there by Sobi. He went all in on the Yasuo and was able to do a considerable amount of damage to Yasuo. So they're now sitting under X Dynamics tower. He's a bit overextended, but Graves is not in a position to punish because he just died on the red side Gromp.
and I don't think Yasuo can really do anything to try and Spades are trying to go for a kill here, even if he does have exhaust and his ulti.
Well, Yasuo will definitely scale better in the later games, so I think he just needs to hang tight, not die.
Ooh, and we got a lot of damage in the mid lane, but Zed is just Zed just dropped like gonna walk it off though.
It's gotta be frustrating. He's almost killed people like 3 times now. He might be getting a little impatient. That might affect his play. The
All I
wards
can
for mid
say.
are insane right now. Like he's got so much protection. And top side is completely warded by the Don't Ban Me Kappa Ilawi. So they got vision of both Krugs and red side count. Yeah, good. Moderately good vision control from AST as well. They do lack vision on the bottom side of the map, but it looks like they
Hey,
took a
oh,
little
and
bit
there's
of
an ulti in the mid lane. Is Yasuo gonna go down?
Ooh.
And that's definitely gonna go
Yeah.
down just because he got ultied. Sandwich.
Yeah,
God
double
bless.
ulti there by Nocturne and Zed. Very hard to avoid that. That's actually so dirty.
I
Yeah, that
mean,
was
when you
well
have like
timed.
2 assassins flying at you and there's nothing you can do, all I gonna say is Leche Young. That's it. Things I find very interesting is that Dragon is still up. I'm kind of wondering if Dunna's actually gonna try and do a gank in the bot lane just so that he can get some he could capture that Infernal Drake.
Well, they need to win a bot fight. They need to get bot priority and mid priority, and he has to want to take it. Nocturne is better off power farming and getting stronger individually so that he can one shot people. So he's not looking for the dragon objective right now. Like actively, he's not looking to get the dragon. He'd rather be getting his cooldowns for his ulti, getting his ultimate hunter procs, and looking for lanes to gank with his ulti in one shot. You could see Dunna's build. He's going into warrior, which means he's going for the lethality one shot build and not the bruiser build, which builds Blood Razor instead. So we're seeing the one shot variant. Nocturne will be walking straight into blue side
Right,
jungle. He will be caught on a ward though.
and and there's like 2 things actually happening. Alawi catching the Nocturne, but then also Zed trying to kill Yasuo, but then Nocturne gets a free escape
Ooh.
out by just ulting to Yasuo. God bless.
Yeah, the double all in yet again. Double ultimate on the mid lane. That's got to be frustrating for X Dynami. He's not exactly playing badly. It's just that combination of Zed's Deathmark and Nocturne's paranoia is just hard to avoid. If they have vision on you and they're nearby, you're pretty much dead. And Yasuo doesn't really have anything to deal with that at the moment.
Yeah, and it looked like at the start of things, he was doing pretty well, getting his Zed pretty low in that one-on-one fight until
Yeah, he
picking
was
up his
trading.
princess.
He was trading relatively well. He's gonna need to get a Phantom Dancer here in order to kind of equalize the playing field. Every time he pushes, he puts himself into danger.
Right, and
And
it
he
looks
doesn't have
like
any
Yasuo
wards on
might be
his
getting
side.
caught out here.
Oh, Graves is
Zed
right
and
behind
Nocturne
him.
going there. Then there's also bot lane trying to respond. And Yasuo's gonna go down, but then Graves is also caught out, getting the flash off, but then is he gonna make it? He doesn't. Unfortunate. And that was literally 2v4. It was, or, well, 2v3, I guess.
Okay, so was in the area. She did launch her
Or
Void
W, right?
Seekers. Yeah. So
God
I would
bless.
consider that a 2v4.
Yeah.
They Thunder Chicken definitely has good vision control, so that collapse was easy to call out by them. Now they'll be able
Right.
to comfortably take the dragon because they killed not only the jungler but the mid laner, getting that mid priority. And Zed should be able to get some free plates here.
Right, and we already have like a 2-level difference, and also I'm pretty sure by when Zed backs, he's gonna get probably complete his first item, but in the top lane,
Ooh,
like that Ornn
Ornn
ulti.
with the
Oh,
solo kill on Ilaoi. Ornn
oh,
was
and then
actually behind in that lane too.
there's so many
Okay.
things happening right now, and then bot lane just falling apart as well. Nocturne was trying to gank mid at the same time.
Yeah, a
So
lot of
many things.
skirmishes and callouts definitely coming out here in the AST and Thunder Chicken side. The lanes individually won there, each one of them. So
Even right now with AST, it's a 0 to 9 difference. It's kind of overwhelming.
yeah, I guess E Puppy has been hitting her snares at bot lane and hitting Black Shields. We weren't really able to see the full laning gameplay because of the action on the map. Like,
Yeah.
thank God for directed cam, but it's kind of it's flicking us all over the place. But at least we're getting all the action this time around, and hopefully the viewers at home can see this. Look at this amazing river control by Thunder Chicken. They just got an entire line of pink wards in the red
They
in the bot side
literally have
river.
just 3 control wards just lined up in bot side river. Pretty
That was
insane.
that was definitely for the dragon fight, but
Oh,
they're
it looks
so
like they're
safe
gonna
with
get
that.
caught out too. There's the snare going to Varus,
Ooh.
heal popping off. Fiona trying to do something about it, but it's just another 2v4. Have mercy on AST souls. God bless.
Yeah, it's quite easy to get collapsed on when you're trying to clear vision like that. They didn't have any prio on lane, so that was
Right,
not
and
a
we have
good time
something
to go
happening in the
through.
mid lane. Zed ulting the Yasuo, Yasuo getting off, but then it looks like
Oh.
even in the top lane, Laui getting her ulti off. I don't know who's actually winning anything because of directed cam. Yasuo ulting the Zed. Is he actually
Oh
gonna get a
my.
kill? It's very close, but Graves is
Damn.
nearby. Not even gonna be able to go in. Toby's just jamming him at this point, and here comes Flying Nocturne killing Graves. God.
Alright, so just for a quick
Concert.
summary for our viewers at home there. Yasuo played that very well in the mid lane against Sobi. He even landed a last breath on him, but just was unable to come out on top. Ilaoi landed her entire ultimate onto Ornn, but Ornn just survived that because Ornn tank and Ornn good. So yeah, pretty crazy match actually. Mechanically, I don't feel like AST is doing a bad job. It's just they're being out rotated on and just it's like slightly outplayed. I feel like they would have had a good chance if they were able to get ahead anywhere.
Yeah, and like
A little
this,
late on the black
looks like
shield there.
Lecce Young is trying to get some hits off, trying to kill the Leona, and Zed roaming down to bot, but Zed's not gonna get anything.
Yeah, they're playing Thunder Chicken even with a lead plays really safe. Like they aren't trying to take anything that they can't take for free. They only take fights they know they can take, and even though they're 0-13 right now, or 13-0, they're very carefully warding the enemy's jungle. They're
Oh, and
not
then
really
there's like an
overextending.
ulti in the top lanes and oh my
Yeah.
god, it's just all over at this point.
Yeah, call the Forge into Paranoia there, top lane, double ulti combo. Ornn's really good at setting up dives, so. Ooh.
Right. Oh, and then a dive in the mid lane with a good
Oh,
snare by
Cheo.
E-Puppy. Oh, Graves trying to clear the wave. Trying to get that kill on Lecce Young, but is Lecce Young gonna get away? He does get away.
Had to flash out there, but will get out safely. Leona did have her solar flare, her ultimate up, but she didn't have enough backup to
Oh, and it looks like
justify
Leona versus
use
Zed.
it.
Is something gonna happen?
Ooh. Nothing. Yeah, Zed's afraid of being collapsed on, so I don't think anything's gonna go down there. Get this vision control by Thunder Chicken. Entire enemy jungle's warded. They're gonna have to use a lot of resources to clear all those wards. Okay, they're sticking together this time to clear wards, which is good.
Oh
They walked
my-
past the one in the point brush. Ooh! Sobi picking up a kill there on X Dynami while they were clearing wards.
Oh, and there's a Nocturne dive. It looks like it's gonna be a team fight. He's gonna flash out though. Zed's mark going down, actually killing. Wow.
Ooh.
Damn.
And that was a great smoke screen there by Graves. Dropped it right on top of Varus before the paranoia completed. But Varus was just unable to put out any DPS in that fight. I think lethality Varus is definitely the play here. Because BRK Varus just we aren't making an impact on the game because we can't stay alive. Basically, is the issue. Graves played that pretty well. It's just again mechanically they're not doing anything wrong. They're just getting caught out and outvisioned for sure. Look at this. Look at all the wards just spammed down on Dragon's side. Like, there's no way you take that without dying.
It's a lot of beautiful wards on from red side.
It's lit up like a Christmas tree in the Dragon Pit area, and Thunder Chicken knew they could take advantage of that. And Paranoia from Dunna was just jumping straight onto the ADC and trying to
Up
one-shot him.
and then Yasuo trying to avoid dying by Zed once again, but Sobi being relentless actually just obliterates him, even if he didn't even get that full death mark off.
Yeah, he's been able to 1v1 the Yasuo for quite some time now. He's not giving Yasuo any time to ramp. So, yeah, Zed definitely a huge threat right now.
I'd like to say the whole enemy team is a huge threat right now.
Yeah, individually, I wouldn't say that AST played badly though. I was watching top lane and Yasuo in the mid lane. It's not that they're particularly mechanically bad. It's just their positioning in these like right here. They're just
Like
gonna
that,
get caught out in the
for
mid lane,
example.
completely smashed. Like you don't need to be that far up in lane without vision. It's just too dangerous against the team right now, and they greeted out to destroy the Rift Herald, and were punished for it. It's might just be the lack of competitive play or lack of experience on their part, but I could see AST getting pretty far with just mechanics against weaker teams, but not against Thunder Chicken, where they're mechanically pretty solid, and they also have very good macro.
Looks like Zed is just gonna be calling, trying to kill Yasuo once again for the 20th time.
Yeah, he's just
God bless.
not letting him do anything. Completely.
Right.
Oh, it's just bullying at this point for Zed versus Yasuo. He's just asserting his dominance over his lane. There is the
Yeah.
Phantom Dancer by though at 21 minutes. Yasuo has finally gotten a item, and it is going to be the Phantom Dancer pickup. Unfortunately, I do not think that'll make quite an impact on this game at this point in the game. Zed's already got 3 completed items and completed boots.
All I'm gonna say is that hey, hopefully there's a Yasuo power spike at 0 and 15.
Oh yes, classic solo queue. Yasuo's usually when they get to their 10 death power spike, that's when they start popping off.
Right. So 2 more deaths, and maybe we might see something happen.
And that's when they go into god mode and unleash their sharing gun upon the enemy team. So maybe this is just all part of their plan. You know, just teleport behind them and destroy them all.
Looks like Thunder Chicken's still playing safe, except for Sobi just dominating and
no.
killing everyone.
Yeah.
Looks like Thunder Chicken is just slowly maneuvering into the AST's jungle and not caring about anything. Even Morgana soloed
Yeah.
Yasuo at this point.
that is
Where
that is unfortunate. Truly shows the difference, the economic prowess of Thunder Chicken at the moment with their sponsors behind them, providing them the gold to win this game so easily. Definitely the sponsorship carrying here. They just have so
right.
much money that Morgana is able to solo a Zed. I mean, with Zona's Hourglass and a Glacial Shroud by, yeah, she has a lot of armor. Very strange to see a Glacial Shroud on Morgana, but I mean, they're so ahead, it doesn't even matter anymore.
Right,
I
and
suppose it's because
actually
they're
we're
all
gonna go and
Asian.
see an FF at this point.
Oof.
What?
Right, so they are gonna
Insane.
surrender. Yeah, that was a very quick game for week 4. But yeah, there was no getting out of that. That was a respectable surrender. But I like to see my games fought out to the very end. But I can see why for their mental, they were pulling up the surrender vote there.
As you said, I did see that individually, AST did perform well mechanically, and they did respect their opposing matchups while they were doing the laning phase. It's just that they just got caught out and they got out macroed, very or out vision even.
It was it had a lot to do with map control and knowing where to be and when the ganks are coming. They're all very gank prone. Dunno was able to take advantage of that. They all were easily collapsed on because of the lack of vision. And oh my, that was just truly an unfortunate game because mechanically I saw a lot of potential in AST and I thought they would put up a good fight because of the early game. But
Yeah.
they just weren't able to execute there, and maybe against few weaker teams but not Thunder Chicken, as their sponsorship will be carrying them into the next game. I believe they're undefeated currently.
Right, and we also have Tyler One supporting Thunder Chicken, maybe with the power of Tyler One and that whatever your favorite chicken of choice at Thunder Chicken is, backing up their prowess and their power.
I want to see them go against ND Phase Rush. I think that would be a good matchup there.
Right.
Yeah.
Also with ND Phase Rush, I believe they're also undefeated, so that's definitely a match to expect. Hopefully, we'll be seeing that next week, so that we have some very hype matches.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's it for today. The other game, ND Phase Rush, they won their match today, but the other 2 games there was an unfortunate emergency for the SBR team, so they ended up forfeiting to Born Sindalu, which we got to see the other week, and
Uh-huh.
UOG got the win by forfeit versus JFK, Desert
Desert
Bus,
Bus.
who just
Man, I wanted to see that game.
dropped out. We never got to see them play any games, so they're out of the tournament completely.
Oh,
UOG moves on, and 3 undefeated teams that I know of so far. So we got UOG, Thunder Chicken, and ND Phase Rush. So
In the Phase Rush.
yeah, so we'll
Oh,
stream one of
UOG 's
those
undefeated
games.
too?
Yep, UOG is undefeated right now, so we'll stream one of those games next week. Well, yeah, I guess that's it
Right.
for today. I mean, there's no other games to stream. I didn't know the game was gonna be so quick, but yeah. Catch you guys next week, 9 p.m.
Thanks for coming on, everybody. Thanks for waking me up. Shout out to Suda for waking me up on Discord while I was napping throughout the day. Appreciate that.
And we just want to thank the viewers for just stopping by once again. Coming out to support the Laddie Esports League, especially the League of Legends Summer League that's going on. So shouts to you guys, and hopefully we'll catch you guys next week for a hype match.